So I know you saw the title, but this is really something that I want to talk about. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a controversial video. So get your tea and settle in, ladies, because I have some really big thoughts on this topic. So you want to be married, the real tea about being married. Let's get into it. First of all, I want to preface this by saying, yes, I am speaking from my own personal thoughts, my own personal experience, the people who are in my life, the people who have been in my life, and that is the perspective that I am coming from. This does not equate to an eternal truth. This is not a universal truth. So this may not be something that is in your reality. This may not be something that you have personally experienced, but this is my YouTube channel. This is my personal opinion, and so I'm gonna give it, okay? Anyway, so the truth, the tea about marriage. Marriage is a construct of our culture. I don't know that people of long ago even knew what marriage was. You saw a man, your little loins got to tingling, bada boom, bada bing, you got together, now you have a baby. And then you just kind of stayed with that bada boom, bada bing until the both of you died. They didn't get married. There was no governmental involvement in their PP actions. They just enjoyed PP and had kids. There you go. That's the way things used to be. So marriage is, you know, not something that is, oh, so sacred and blessed by the heavens. I don't believe that marriage is something that is the ultimate in accomplishments. Marriage is something that we do in today's society so that we can get that check, niece. You get married so you can get a check. And so that check will continue to come to you because you've had to sacrifice giving your PP to someone else because you chose to allow this man to have it all these years. You've sacrificed your pretty, given up the most beautiful years of your life so that you can be with this man. So do I think that women should benefit from a marriage? Absolutely. Did I benefit from my marriage? Absolutely. Yes, I did. Because I was very smart in my marriage. I was very strategic upon the exit of my marriage. And so I came out on top and I'm winning. And you should too. Marriage is also something that is not usually talked about with a whole lot of truth. Our grandmothers and great-grandmothers are so proud of the fact that they were with our grandfathers for 40 years. A lot of women will stand up on their little high horses and say, oh, I've been married for 29 years. Me and my husband have been together for 14 years. I've been married since I was a teenager. Oh, my husband loves me. We've been together for blah, 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 blah. Me tell you the truth? Me tell you? Your grandmother doesn't mention all of those outside children that your grandfather had. She's not going to tell you about all the affairs that your grandfather had. She's not going to tell you about all the nights where they didn't even sleep in the bed together. Nope. Your grandmother will never tell you that. Most older women will never tell you all the bull crap that they have to put up with just to say they're married. Nobody tells you that. Nobody tells you that. When you are married, you put up with a whole bunch of crap. You put up with it because you don't want your neighbors to know that you guys haven't slept in the same bed for 4 years. You don't want your community to know that your husband didn't even sleep in the bed with you last night. You don't even know where he was. You guys just showed up to the family reunion in separate cars because y'all are not even really living together. Nobody tells you this stuff. You guys need to understand that most married people, especially the women, lie. They lie. Did I lie? Absolutely. We have been going to Little League games together, fighting like cats and dogs. As soon as we get out of the car, he comes around, opens the door, and we walk hand in hand into the Little League event, pissed the off. Yes, I've done it. Most married people are not telling the truth. If they did, there would not be so many single women willing to give their left pinky toe to get married if women actually told the truth. Now, I'm speaking again from my perspective, from the perspective of the people that I've seen engage in marital activities and the people who are in my realm of influence or what have you. This is what I'm talking about. So everybody in your world may be happily married. They may be, you know, oh so wonderfully in bliss and all of that. But I'm gonna tell you, most of the people that I know are not happily married. It just is another thing. Most marriages are not happy. When you get a fully grown man who comes in contact with a fully grown woman, you've had your experiences, he's had his experiences, and you bring them together, there is going to be some sort of conflict. There's going to be some sort of discord at one point or another. Now, a lot of ladies have a very high tolerance for discord. They don't care if there's discord in their family at all. They don't care if there's discord in the house. All they care about is, you know, will he continue to do the things that he's doing for me? Will he continue to put up a facade like I do? You know, a lot of women don't care that they are walking on eggshells, that they haven't seen their husband in who knows how long. A lot of ladies don't care about this stuff. Some do, and that's why there's a divorce rate as we speak. So keep this in mind, ladies. I know that you guys really, really want to be married. Oh, I just want a rich man to find me. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait. Oh, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? You say you want to be married, but do you really? Do you really? A lot of married women are the biggest pick-me's in the world. They are cooking and cleaning and sucking and doing all kind of wild and crazy stuff just to please their husbands, just to keep their husbands around. You can look at this, you know, your neighbors that have been married for 13 years, but you need to also look at them and know that that woman has been through the ringer. She's had to put up with a whole bunch of stuff that she may not have had she not been married and been required to put up appearances. Look at people's marriages and say, yes, oh, that's great, they've been together for X amount, 100,000 years. But also ask yourself, I wonder what goes on behind closed doors, because doors do get closed. They do. And there's a lot of things that go on behind those closed doors that people will never, ever, ever talk about. So keep that in mind. You know, is this, you know, and a lot of times it's things that may not even necessarily be bad. There are people who are in great marriages. They married their best friend. They travel all over the world together. You know, he takes her braids down and greases her scalp. He knows how to, you know, undo her tracks and help her take her sew-in out. They Netflix and chill every Friday night. They have date night. There's a lot of those. So I'm not speaking against marriage necessarily. I'm just giving you the real. Marriage is difficult. Marriage is something that you have to really, really want to succeed. Because if you do not, it will crumble and burn almost 100% of the time. Marriage is hard, but in some cases, marriage can be very beneficial, especially if you marry for money. Marrying for money will never leave you disappointed. You will be able to go through all of those things, but you can do it while on a plane to another country, so you won't really care. You can do it while on a shopping spree in Rodeo Drive. There's lots of things that you can do that will help you to deal with the woes of a marriage. So find coping skills when you decide to get married, and marry for money. And yes, you will definitely have a successful marriage. Now, I know this probably sounds really crazy. I know that it sounds like I may be against marriage, but I actually am not. I am against marrying for love. The people who marry for love are the most unhappy because you set yourself up for all these high expectations. You go into your marriage feeling and wanting and thinking that, oh, this is going to change me. I'm going to be a better woman, a better person. He's going to love me for all of these wonderful and glorious things, and we're going to be happily ever after. A lot of times this is not the case, ladies. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't get married. I'm not saying that marriage can't enhance your life or make it better. What I'm saying is that you have to be realistic and think about marriage logically as opposed to emotionally. Do not go into marriage thinking that you're going to have this fairy tale of a life with a man, because it most likely won't happen. Disney movies are just that, movies, and they set you up for failure. Think about the reality of what you are witnessing, and then you make your decisions based on that. Ask your grandmother. So what's the real tea? Have you been happy all these 42 years of marriage? Ask your mom. You've been married for 20, 30 plus years. How? Ask them. I don't know, but I can tell you that for myself, marriage is not the be-all that end-all, because I know that there's a whole bunch of reality that is not being shared. There's a whole bunch of reality that is kind of sugar-coated. So keep that in mind. I'm Michaela Pink, and that's what I think. Bye.